I am 44 years old, and this is the story of my challenges that I did for myself to get rid of the old habits and step into the best version of myself. Here are some things that I've quit year by year. At 33, I quit drinking. It was Dad's 70th birthday. We all had a great time. His friends were there. Our family was there. My friends were there. It was amazing. But after that night, I said, enough is enough. Something shifted. Something awakened me. I knew I needed change. The same age, I quit smoking. I tried to quit smoking for a very long time, on and off, but I noticed that smoking and drinking were very tied together. So whenever I would drink, I would start back up to smoking. So after I quit drinking, it was a lot easier to quit smoking. I quit eating meat. I became a vegetarian. At one point in my life, I think around when I was 34, maybe a little earlier, me and my girlfriend at the time, we watched a movie about earthlings. And we decided we love animals way too much to eat them. And ever since then, I haven't eaten fish, I haven't eaten meat. It was hard. It was a hard transition. All of these transitions took time, energy, awareness. But I did make that shift and haven't eaten meat since. At around 40, 41, I stopped letting bad energy come into my life. I started to cut off the negative energy out of my life. I quit letting the low vibrational energy drain me. I started honoring my peace, protecting my energy, setting boundaries, and actually learned about boundaries. I lived to 40, 41 without knowing what a boundary was. I was letting everyone and anyone into my space. At around 42, I quit eating processed sugars. Now, sugar is something I always loved. I would consume it for comfort. I would consume it anytime. I would eat a lot of sugar. I would eat a lot of candy. I would not stop myself ever. And I knew there was something wrong with that. And I knew at some point I would have to cut down. But I realized quitting it altogether was just a lot simpler for me. So I cut it all out, and instead I started eating fruit, a lot of fruit. Around the age of 43, I quit coffee. I stopped caffeinating my body. My body was telling me this in reality for many, many years, that I should quit this. And I finally did. Here's what I learned. Once you quit one thing for good, you start to understand how to quit other things. For example, quitting smoking taught me something big. A lot of craving didn't come from inside me. It came from seeing other people smoke. Our brains are wired to mirror. Like when you see someone bite into a lemon and your mouth waters, even if you're not eating it. That's how triggers work. So I stopped looking. I stopped hanging out in those environments. I cut off the signal before it reached my brain. And the same principle works for anything. Don't want to eat junk food? Stop staring at it at the stores. Stop watching people devour it on social media. Redirect your attention. Focus on the food, on the energy, on the environment you do want to be a part of. Another gem I learned is when you quit something, start something new instead. Fill that space with something new, something that inspires you, something that stretches you, something that fuels you, your body, your soul. I was never a runner, but at 33, I decided to give myself a challenge. A challenge to run 33 laps for my 33rd birthday. I trained, I prepped, and I did it. Then, 10 years later, I did it again. On my 44th birthday, I ran 44 laps. It took me 3 hours.
I'm on 44. I'm on 44.
But something about it felt different. This time, I wasn't just physically training, I was mentally training as well. I visualized myself running. I pretended that I was on my 30th lap when I was only on my 10th, just to train myself to normalize it. The night before my run, I closed my eyes and did all 44 laps in my mind like a fast-forward movie. And when I stepped onto the track the next morning, it felt simple because I had already finished it in my mind.
Easy. Easy peasy, y'all.
I quit drinking, I quit smoking, I quit sugar, meat, coffee, and I started running, visualizing, and trusting myself again. Not because I was perfect, but because I knew I couldn't keep living that same story. If you're ready to start your new chapter, start now. Start messy. Just start. And if this inspired you, subscribe, share, and tell me, what is the one thing you're ready to start or quit today?